Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be day 10 working on the 71 Comet GT clone. Still playing with the power steering, but power steering is working, but I need to take the pump off again. I got to get to the fuel pump. It's behind there, and you really can't see it from up top. Let's go underneath, see if I can show it to you. Okay, we're under the car. It's right there, but the bolts that hold it are up on top. I need to pull it off, and I want to make sure of where it's leaking from. I ordered another one. I haven't heard when it's coming in yet, though. But I'm going to prepare for it. So the pump's coming off. Now I've done it so many times, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. We're going to find out. Got to start by loosening the belt. Need a 5/8 wrench or socket. Get the tensioner bolt. I'm going to loosen up some of these lines, power or air conditioning lines. Loosen this big one. Take that one. That out of the way. Loosen this so I can move the line. Oh, look at that, folks. We got it out. Wow. Seems like that thing gets heavier each time I pick it up. Alright, now we can see the fuel pump. Got two bolts, one there, one of course behind that line. You know, there's always something in the way when you do these things. Let's see if I can get to that from top. Reach around this hood prop rod. Alright, you guys have to move. I need to be right there. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That gave me access to the 2 bolts that hold the fuel pumps on there. See, now I can move this line out of the way and get to the bolts. The fuel pump's got a long arm on it. It goes up and down, touches, there's an eccentric on the camshaft on the front of it. And depending on where that eccentric is, the stroke of the fuel pump, you can be fighting the spring. So I might have to rotate the engine. You either need it on top dead center of number 1 or 180 degrees from there, which would be 1372. Taking it out isn't the problem, it's putting it back in. And I need an extension. I just started in here, and the frustration factor is already building. See, I don't have a pump yet either. Alright, gotta move. There we go. Tripod was wound around the air hose. Okay, those are the bolts I'm going to try to get out. There's a hole here that when the diaphragm punctures, gas will come out of the hole. You know, the fuel pump diaphragm. Otherwise it would be flooding the crankcase with gasoline. But why is oil coming out of there? It's either coming out of this seam or that hole. Let me see if I can picture this from being underneath the hop. There. Yeah. It's kind of in line with that hole. See, from underneath there, you can't see this. But I've stuck a piece of cardboard up, like here. Are you in frame? No. Sorry. I put a piece of cardboard along the side of this. Started the engine, and oil sprayed on that cardboard. See, on the other pump, it was coming out of this seam here where it's crimped together. This seam looks good. I think it's coming out of there. But see right there, there's oil coming out of that hole. Alright, while I was showing you oil coming out of this hole right here, O'Reilly just called. The fuel pump's in. So I'm going to go up there and get it. See, there still might be a broken diaphragm in here that's allowing oil to come out of that hole. I don't know. It's mind-boggling. I'm going to shut the camera off, go to O'Reilly, and I'm going to take a break and have some coffee. Be back in a few. I got the pump. First glance, it appears to be the same. Has the same number on it. M6588 on the old pump. M6588 on the new pump. But of course, they're different. Now, this is the old pump. Looks like it might have a 3/8 inch gas inlet. That's 5/16. I don't know if those are different sizes yet or not. This outside nut portion is bigger than that. I don't care about that. I want to know if the threads are the same. Yeah, I guess I should find out what hell I'm in for. See if those threads fit or not. Hey, it fits. Okay. Now you need to put some grease on the end of this arm. This is what goes up on the cam in there. It's supposed to move that spring. That is a stiff. I got to put it in a vise to make sure it moves. Because if it's locked up, then the pump's no good. We find out. Can't really tell if it's moving or just flexing. I put it in the vise and then pushed on the pump, and that is like really, really stiff. Can't move it by hand. Now the old one, see, I can move it. It doesn't move much, but you can hear it. It's making like a noise. Well, I guess I can put it in, hook the gas line up, hit the starter, just let it engine turn, see if it pumps. It's funny how things come back to you later when you revisit them. The bolts I took out are different size threads. One's bigger than the other diameter wise, because that timing cover was stripped when we put the engine together, and I drilled out the one hole, tapped it to the bigger size bolt, and I can see I cut this bolt down to fit in there. But now that bolt won't fit in the pump, so I gotta drill the pump out. See, it's stuff like this that gets you on the side of the road. You know, like you get it all put together in your garage, do what you got to do, and then it quits on you on the side of the road. You can go to put a fuel pump in it, and if you don't have drill bits and a drill, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put it on with one bolt, or maybe try to file out, if you have a file, the other hole, make it bigger. All right, that's something you're gonna have to figure out on the side of the road. So let me see what size hole I need. Like 7/16. Yeah, 7/16. All right, so one bolt's 3/8 and the other one is 7/16. So let me get my drill and fix this problem. I drilled it. The gasket fit, so the gasket had holes big enough I got some grease on the end of the lever. Try to stick it in there. Let's see if I can get the bolts in the holes. See, like they're not going in. Means I have to rotate the engine. Get this out of the way. That might be it there. Okay, it's bolted on. Put the gas line on. I'm going to hit the starter. I'm going to watch this fan belt though and see if it'll squirt fuel out of the pump. Nothing's coming out of the pump yet though. Pump doesn't work. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I took the pump off. Going back up to O'Reilly. I have to order another one. Got back from O'Reilly. They're ordering another one. It's not going to be there until 4:30. It's almost noon now. So I get to wait for 4.5 hours. Okay, it's almost 5:30. Got the pump. Let's see if it's going to work or not. It's like a different boxing, different gaskets. Looks like it's got the correct fittings on it. And it moves and it makes fuel pump noises. Okay, so I gotta drill out the hole, make it fit. Okay, they're tight. Put the gas line on. This one actually has a 3/8 gas line fitting. You crawl under, tighten that up, and then I'm going to hit the starter button and see if we get it to squirt. All right, just watch right here. See if it comes out of that hole. Hold the belt. Nothing yet. There we go. All right, we got squirtage. We got gas. It's pumpulating. They hook the line up, and then I get the joy of putting the power steering pump on again. The worst part now is putting that line on, and I can't hold this up with my left hand to get that on there with my right hand. There's nowhere to grab the pump. Alright, it's break time. My hands are sore, and I don't have the grip right now. I have it together enough to put in power steering fluid. I have the return line on there. That was a real pain in the butt. To get the return line clamped tight, I had to crawl under there and take the oil filter off the car. But I did it. So now I'm going to pour power steering fluid in here. I know it's going to take almost a quart to fill that. Let me think here. Windshield washer bottle's not in. Air conditioning is not hooked up or charged. These lines are still loose. Belt's tight. That belt's tight. Fuel pump's hooked up. A lot of the power steering bolts are tight. Lines are tight. I think I can start it up here. Don't need the fast idle on. So, here we go. Make sure it's in park. Feels like it. Looks okay in there. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? Since it's going on 7 o'clock now, I'm calling this the end of day 10 working on the 71 Comet GT clone in Dan's messy garage. I thank you for watching this, and hope you come back for day 11. Maybe I'll get this thing finalized. Who knows? Bye.